Hi there, Joyful Journey. It is Kamarion, and here goes Thursday message. To honor, we must serve, and when we serve, we obey. And when we obey, we gain connection. And when we gain connection, we gain trust. And when we gain trust, we build a relationship. I want you to take all these things and do that repeatedly with God. To honor Him, you must serve Him. When you serve Him, you must obey Him, and when you obey Him, you gain connection with Him, and when you gain connection with Him, you build a relationship with Him. And this to let you know that you can build a relationship with God every single time that you do this repeatedly. You want to build a big relationship with God, and you want it to be very strong. That's what I meant to say. You want to build a strong relationship with Him. And by doing that, you got to follow these steps. This is just a message for Thursday. This will be uploaded. Try to upload it daily. You are looking at me right now, and you're wondering, 1 year. That's how far this channel has made it. 1 year. And I myself have to say that I am proud of how far not just me as a person, but all the people that collabed with me, shouted me out on their channels, uh, and helped me and shaped me to where I am right now. I have to thank all them people for working with me, and as a community of people came this far, because you have seen a lot of people on my channel giving motivation, as of Kevlar, people from Code Jesus, Banana Ninja, Jaxie, Prodigal, Techie, and a lot of other people, Starboy, and I just come here just to give you a history of my channel, why I started, where I came from, what got me to doing this, what started me to be motivational, what started me to actually care about other people's mental health, what guided me to be so religious, what guided me to become Joyful Journey. So from the start, I just want to say thank you all. But most importantly, I have to give God glory, all glory, honor, and praise. Gotta give God, the God who's ahead of my life, the praise. Because if it wasn't for Him, nobody would be where they are right now. And I would not be exactly where I am right now. So, jumping into this video, I just want to jump back on my YouTube story, and I want to jump into my personal testimony. And we're going to start with my personal testimony, And we're going to start off with, and we're going to do the community that I'm a part of in Gorilla Tag that shaped me to be who I am, right? So, starting off with like personal things, my testimony resides on family. And thinking about family shows a lot when it comes from when you think about the background that you come from, the struggles that you possibly went through in your family. And my testimony revolves around the struggles that I went through with my family, because my testimony as is, when I was 1 years old all the way to 15, and I'm 15 right now. So for 14 years, people was passing away in my family, from as long as I was here, and they were all people that was close to me. Many of you on the other side of the screen grew up without a couple of people in your life, but some of you can and can't imagine growing up without a grandmother, a mother, a auntie, uncles, cousins, and people that felt like they were more mothers than mothers. They were more cousins and fathers than your actual father. And that's what I had to go through. My grandmother passed away when I was 1, and my mother passed away when I was only 7. And in between them, we had other cousins, aunties, and uncles that passed away, right? And from the age of 7 all the way up to right now, we had a lot of other people passing, and it was like back to back to back yearly. Like, let's just say 2012 to 2013, 2014, 2015. That's how it went. That's how the deaths was going. And I look at it because at the same time my family was in a financial type state. Like we barely had money for anything. And then we had to drop thousands upon thousands of dollars arranging funerals for 14 years, which shows a lot of things, because when you come from the background that I came from, dealing financially, not just because of funerals, but because of just how people did their jobs, you can imagine spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on funerals every year, having to call off a school just to say this person passed, this person passed, this person passed, and having stack of obituaries, doing that. And it shows a lot because from a lot of that stuff, from a lot of that perspective of the background I came from in the family, multiple of them deaths that happened caused a lot of stress on a lot of people in my family, like a lot. And it didn't just put it stress on me. But here goes the main key I want you guys to realize. It's how even when it put stress on me, I never claimed that I was depressed, and I never claimed that I wanted to kill myself, because I there was something that was different with me than it was the rest of my family. Because there was a lot of people that want in my family, they stressed out, and it caused more problems and more problems and more problems with my background, with my family. Um, if we jump back to 2020, um, my family went through an issue, and this would change how I would see my family forever. It really would, because from this point forward, it caused like major division with the family because of what happened. The family had to go to court about something, and what happened. I'm not gonna explain that part, but what happened, and it literally cut my family in half. It did. It cut my family deep in half, and now I have to grow up with one major side of my family not liking the other major side of my family. And I grew up in a religious household, so forgiving and forgetting would be the major thing that we have to prioritize as of what God said. But from the looks of it, they was not prioritizing that at all. And that's just a background that I came from, and that put stress upon stress upon stress upon stress. You know, uh, this there's like two more parts of my testimony. This part would revolve around my auntie. Ever since my mother passed, well, way before she passed, when I was born, my auntie took care of me. And this was regarding personal things about my mother. I'm not gonna explain on here, but personal things happened. But my auntie took care of me, and she was about 60 something years old when I was born, and she started taking care of me. Um, when she was like the grandmother of the whole family, she took care of multiple of generations. As of currently, she is 75 years old, and she took care of multiple generations from youngest to old. A lot to say. Right. She took care of me. She is currently still taking care of me. She is still alive. Praise ye be to God, And she actually got me to how far I am today with you guys, my channel, and like a lot of other things. Now, the reason I'm bringing her up into this because she is why I have this headset, why I have a phone, a tablet, a laptop, and a gaming system. The necessary things I need to start making YouTube videos. Now, this is the last part of the testimony. Well, yeah. When I was 7 years old, I realized I wanted to become a pastor. And from the looks of me being 7 years old and wanting to be a pastor made me reflect on the things that I have been through for the past 6 years of my life, and the things I was told for the past 6 years, And looking back on it, I said, I was called to something deeper, but it literally took me until I was 13 to realize I was called not just to preach, but to motivate people the right way and to help them with their mental healths and their personal issues and making sure people can actually understand what love actually feels like. Um, but that's the last part of my personal testimony and the background that I came from and how I became motivational and mental health wise. Now, looking at this part of the story, I'm going to go over a code or a community in Gorilla Tag that caused me to be who I am today. This is, yes, I am shouting out Code Jesus. Let's go back down memory lane. 2024 of June, my cousin's birthday was coming up, and for his birthday, he asked for a headset. And this is because one of our real life friends encouraged him to get a headset for his birthday because they wanted to play games. So he got a headset for his birthday. For the first couple of weeks when he got it, I didn't touch it at all because it's his priority, and I didn't want to touch his reward and what he got. Until like a couple of weeks after, I asked him. I said, "Hey, can I play on your headset? I just want to see what virtual reality feels like." He said, "Yeah." And from that point forward, the first game I got on was Gorilla Tag. And after I started playing on his headset for a little while, I understood the graphics and Gorilla Tag and how good the community was because I didn't run into any bad people. I was joining Code Jesus, but I was joining at the wrong times. At that time, I was joining at the wrong time, and it was twice. But the third time that I joined, I saw a bunch of teenage Christians that are in different areas of the world, and this would change who they see as Kamarian, because I told them I'm Kamarian. This would change who I am. Now, as a religious person, we are supposed to read our Bibles and learn about other religions and other denominations. At that point, before I joined Code Jesus or anything about the Jesus community, I didn't know anything about that stuff. Nothing about it. No other religions, nothing. I just thought everybody would be Christian. I was wrong. I joined that code. Shout out to everybody in the code. And people were changing my perspectives. I didn't know that there was atheists until I encountered a lot of them. They just changed the way that I see the world today because me debating some people in the code shows a lot of difference. And in the code, what you're gonna see in the video is people from the code Jesus that have built me up and helped me along the way. Now, also about Code Jesus is that how they shaped and motivated Joe for Journey from the beginning all the way till now and forevermore. Many of them were featured on my channel. Many of them are going to continue to be features on my channel, to not just help me realize things, but to help you guys realize things. And that's what I love about this community. If you want to join it, because they're here to help you, not just religiously, but in every single way perspective, motivationally, mental health wise, personal issues. We're here to help you about that. Now, just jumping into detail about how Joyful Journey started. March of 2025. It's been a while since I joined Code Jesus, and I'm looking at Gorilla Tag content, and I'm talking to people that seen other people with Gorilla Tag content, and there was somebody in there named Techie who also was doing Gorilla Tag content at the time. Right now, I was looking at Gorilla Tag content and I noticed something about it. I said, there's a lack of motivation, a lack of mental health things, a lack of a lot of things in the Gorilla Tag content community. And I said, that's something that we have to fix. But I took it on not as everybody at one point, but I took it on as an initiative of me to do it. So one day while I was at school, I was minding my business and I was thinking about a name. I was thinking about a name that would fit the channel that I wanted to do. And what God dropped in my spirit was the strongest thing He ever dropped in my spirit, which was Joyful Journey. Now, the reason I didn't name myself Joyful Journey GT because it just didn't sit right with me. But Joyful Journey VR was like a better thing. But God dropped Joyful Journey in my spirit, and I had to ask Him. I said, God, I said, what does Joyful Journey mean? Like, I got the concept, but I wanted you to tell me why you gave this to me. And he literally, this is what I got in my head. It said, joyful, the concept and the name of Joyful Journey is for so everybody, because since my channel is basically about having putting people on the right path, not just with God but with mental health, with their mental health issues, trying to help them become a better person in reality, making sure that they're staying motivated, that they know that there's somebody out there that cares about them, that loves them on a pixelated gorilla game, letting them know that what they're going through will not last forever. God said what you're going to do with this channel is you're finna bring people on a actual joyful journey. They're going to look at you, and they're going to see somebody that they can trust more than any other person that they can trust. And I said, I was questioning myself, but I was talking to God, and I said, well, that's the only concept. He said, yeah, you're just gonna motivate people, and this motivation is to put them on a journey that's always and forever going to be joyful. I said, and I agreed with God, and I just said, okay, and I'm going to take them on a joyful journey. Uh, that exact now after that day at school, the next day at school, well, on that day, I created the channel, which was April 23rd, but I didn't do my first upload until May something. Uh, I was thinking about my first videos that I would upload on this game. I was really complex and thinking about it. I said, what should I upload? What should I upload? What should I upload? What should I upload? And then it hit me. Um, the the a day later, after I saw that, I started writing down something, and it was about Thursday's message, which was the video that you saw at the video you saw at the beginning. Just the flashback that you saw at the beginning of this video. It was Thursday's message to trust you must obey, to obey you must honor, to honor you must serve, etc., etc. I wrote that down in a notebook, and when I got home, I got on the headset, and the live camera wasn't out. No, the live camera was out, and I sat in mirror or wherever I was, I forgot. um, I sat down, turned out the live camera, and I reread what I wrote down so I wouldn't forget it. But since it was like right there, I was looking at it, and I hit record, and I recorded it, and I uploaded it, and it did go kind of somewhat viral, but not really. Like, it was stuck at like a good 49 views, and that's because I uploaded it the wrong way. I uploaded it as a long form instead of a short, and that's how my channel went. It was like I started as long forms when I should have started as shorts. But when I actually posted my first ever short, it hit like 500 to 600 views, and that was like big
Somebody
views, and that was like big
shout!
numbers at the time for me. And after I kept going to shorts, through shorts and doing shorts, I noticed something. I said, wow. I said, that's crazy. And I saw over 1.2K, 1.3K, 1.4K on some of the videos that I upload. And I said, I love this. I love what I'm doing. And my most popular short was me singing Breakthrough in Code Jesus. I need you to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, say breakthrough, 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 breakthrough. Which right now has two 2.1 2k 2,100 and something views as we speak. Is the most popular short I ever recorded. Now outside of that, this journey will continue to be joyful. And this is just me going down memory lane with you guys. Now, again, I want to say thank you for, I want to say, matter of fact, let me thank God first for everything. Because if it wasn't for Him showing me by what I went through personally, by Him showing me that I can do something with my personal testimony and take it on and make it into a YouTube channel that's going to help a variety of a lot of people, I don't know where I would be without God. I don't know. Without Him even deciding to make me as I am today, I don't know where I would be. But I am grateful. And I have to thank God for you, all of you on the other side of the screen. Because if it wasn't for you guys, all 609 of you, 10 of you, 11 of you, 12 of you, however many more I reach, I don't even know if I'll still be here because, you know, as a it's been a year, and I thought I'll see more within a year, but that's miraculously that's not what happened. But I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm thankful. Now, what you're getting ready to see in the rest of this video is me interviewing a lot of other creators, or not some creators, but a lot of my friends that joined Code Jesus that's been with me ever since the beginning of Joyful Journey. Some that has been with me after I started my channel, and some that I met along the way. So please enjoy this part of the video. So this portion of the video, we're going to be interviewing some of my friends, and we're going to ask them just a couple of questions. So right now we're here with Kevlar and
Hello.
Bandit. I call him Brownie though, but Bandit.
Buenos dias.
Okay, so first question. Um, what is something that you like about specifically Joyful Journey VR?
Like the channel,
Yes, the channel, me in the
the
original,
motivation.
the motivation. Kevlar.
One thing that I like about Joyful Journey is that he doesn't exclude the atheists from his motivational. He includes the non-believers as well because he doesn't want to make videos biased towards one group of people just so they can get help, while multiple groups of people can get help.
Second. Yeah, that's
I was a month behind. 1 month behind. Actually, no, a couple days. Screw that. I was a couple days behind on that.
okay. What is one thing, and this is the last question, what is one thing that you would want me to change in my content specifically? What would you want to see?
I'll go first. Bandit. Your saturation in your videos kind of looks a bit ugly. I'm sorry, but the saturation in your shorts kept getting up and up and up
Mm-hmm.
to the point where you're just gonna have a white screen talking to you. It just gets a bit annoying. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the point. It's like,
Well, thank you guys. And happy anniversary, me.
yes, October 26th, 1881.
Question number one.
Yeah.
What
Hey, hit me with it, man.
what do you like about Joyful Journey VR?
Joyful Journey, you know, even through the ups and downs, it still puts out that content, Every single, often, like, motivational video out for those who are down, that need the Lord. He's there, help them, even in their hard times. Still there, uplifting the community. That's what this man does. Yeah, that. Yeah.
He's a great man.
Thank you. Oh, him, yeah, him. Yeah.
Okay. The next question is, what was the different things before Joyful Journey, before I started my YouTube channel, and after? What did you see change?
You know, before, like, you know, I didn't see, like, I knew you before. I don't remember if you remember, but I remember talking to you before. You were like, I thought you were a little shy. I didn't think you were as outgoing as you are now. But after, like, here today, like, I'll join the code and you're talking to all these people, you're singing, and you're talking about Jesus, and you're evolving into that spiritual idea. And I think you've grown a lot, and I think you've done a lot. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud.
Thank you. Last question. The last question. What would you want to see change about the channel? What would you want to see on the channel more?
No, man, that's a tough question, you know. But man,
I'm just
what I
so
like to
proud of
see
him.
change, you know. And I don't know. You be putting out that good content, you know. But I don't know, maybe some. I like to see more series. Those were good. And bring in a bunch of people from the community to do a lesson in certain videos, like me, Repent, and Starboy did. I think that was amazing. But I think you should do more of those. Maybe put in some theology lessons too.
Hello, Joyful Journey community. Kamarion might not be here because he left, but me and my friend Prodigal over here, we're going to give you your daily theology of the day. More like me because he can't talk well. The Jewish, according to Bible Believers Archaeology, Josephus, a Jewish historian, is an eyewitness to the destruction of Jerusalem that happened in 70 AD. He wrote down, after capturing the city wall, the Romans planted their standards on the towers, pouring into the streets. They massacred whoever they came across. The Romans set fire to the outside of the city and leveled it to the ground. This is a biblical prophecy that we find in Luke 19:41-44. As it says, as he approached Jerusalem and saw the city, he wept over it and said, if you, even you, had only known on this day what would bring you peace. But now it is hidden from your eyes. The days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment against you and encircle you and hem you in on every side. They will dash you to the ground, and your children will within the walls. They will not leave one stone on another, because you did not recognize the time of God's coming to you. There is your theology of the day.
It was like a bloodbath.
Theology lessons too. I think Jaxie would be really good for that. And
Questions
this thing,
on
you
the
know,
Bible, what are you with it?
everything's coming along, and just becoming a whole. You gained a lot, you know. All of a sudden, it's crazy, man.
Well, guys, that was Prodigal Buns. He's a cool person, you know. And for this portion, just don't give up. Don't give up. He lost.
Can you find
The
my
first
lungs?
question: what do you like about Joyful Journey VR?
About Joyful Journey VR, I think you're really charismatic. You have a lot of charisma, you have a lot of confidence, and you're really good at speaking on things.
Okay,
And especially when you host events that are going on, I think that's extremely important, and I'm really glad that you have that.
okay. The second question. Before I started my YouTube channel and after I started my YouTube channel, what difference did you notice?
Well, I think before you started your YouTube channel and you really started like speaking,
Mm-hmm.
I think I didn't remember you saying a lot of motivational stuff. A lot of it was prayer and singing, but I think now you're able to answer emotional questions a lot more, and that's really good.
Mm-hmm. Last question. What things would you want to see change on my channel?
Well, I don't know how it would work, or I don't know if other people would do it on your channel, but I would like to see.
Hello, Joyful Journey community. This is Kamarion, and I have some words for you.
What?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but I want to let you know for this motivational video that Jesus knows what you're going through, and that if you're going through troubles, if you're going through sorrow, as John 11:35 says, Jesus wept. He understands anxiety. He understands depression. He understands sadness. But as it says in 1 Thessalonians 5:16 and 5:17, pray continually and rejoice forevermore. For in Christ, you can be saved and redeemed and be forever happy. Amen.
Be like theology and scripture analysis and stuff like that, like answering questions. That would be really cool.
Yeah. I was thinking about putting that into the rotation of things. You know, I got my motivation. I did break down some things about scriptures in long forms, as we see. But yeah, because Chill Atheist, he got these same three questions, and he said that I should also do more theology things. Like a lot of people said, more theology, more theology, more theology. I said that'll be powerful. That's something that I'm thinking about doing. You know, once I get it right, you know, with the find all the books that I need to find so I can get my theology up and ready. You know. But
Yeah.
thank you for being here, and may God be with us. That you like about Joyful Journey.
That he's like the only YouTuber who actually sticks to the motivational stuff and not adds a clip at the end of the video, but goes deep into the motivational, like into the Bible verses, into the mental health month, all that. You just go you your channel's based on that, and there's not a lot of people who are based on all that.
Chill. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I also admire your consistency, whether it's with your YouTube or in the code. Like, you're always in here and you're always trying to make someone's day better. Like, you actually care about people and you actually care about your audience, you know. And I always know you're gonna show up. Like, I'm not worried. Like, oh, I wonder, what if Kamarion just leaves? Like, that's never been a thought in my mind.
Question number 2. Before Joyful Journey and after Joyful Journey, what is some things that you noticed about me? What are some things that you see change in me before I started the channel and after I started the channel?
Before, I feel like you were a little less talkative, maybe, because when you first joined in 2024, you were starting to get to know everybody. But I feel like the YouTube helped you get more you're able to talk to people easier.
Yeah, I think your YouTube channel enabled you to connect with more people, talk with more people, and I also think it's just overall made you a better person. Not to be rude, but I've noticed a big change in you and how you deal with situations and how you talk to people. You're more calm, you don't really you're more patient with people, and you've just connected with more people, and everyone knows who you are now and they can come to you in need.
And the last question, and this is based off your personal provision. What would you want to see change within my channel?
I need to think on that one a little bit. You have an answer for that?
Maybe some more like information-based videos. I know you have some of those, but more like going in depth into the theology and maybe like having conversations with the opposition, like whether that's like a different religion or a non-religious person,
Mm-hmm.
but you get the point.
Yeah.
I feel like something cool that I'd to be adding if you like made those shorts, if you went into like public lobbies and just asked people how they're doing, that'd be pretty cool to add to that.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd also be cool. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys, and here goes your next audience. The first question is, what do you like about Joyful Journey VR?
What do I like? What I would say is the insane consistency that that this fella right here has on uploading, right? I mean, like, for instance, like, compare myself here. I don't upload a lot, right? I don't upload a lot, but most of the time, I'm pretty sure you're uploading daily, and it's not just, like random clips or anything, right? It's not just like silly things. Like you're genuinely posting content that motivates, inspires. Like the recent one that you posted where you're spreading the gospel, right? Even if you treat it like a spy mission, right? That's funny. Right? That's funny. But yeah, like you're, genuinely doing good, and you're doing it pretty consistently too, right? So that's what I would say I'd like about Joyful Journey VR.
The second question, right? Before I started my YouTube channel and after I started my YouTube channel, because that's how old you are. What is one thing, or what is a couple of things that you've seen change about me?
One thing, for starters, I would have to say that I think you've started to listen to Kaylin Carr a bunch more, right? Morning, day in. Always listening to Kaylin Carr. For real though, I would say, I don't know. That's actually a tough one. My goodness, guys, put a pause right here. Cut like 10 seconds into the future. Well, okay, I'm finished thinking. What I would say is, even if, well, I mean, all of us go through this, right? All of us can lose our temper, right? When we, I mean, I am fully guilty of that myself. But I think I've seen you become more open and welcoming to people. Not to say that, you were like hostile, right? Like that he hated everyone. But I've seen, start to be more peaceful, be more calm. Like throughout the time that I've gotten to know you, right? Like throughout the code and like by, hanging out outside of Gorilla Tag. I definitely noticed that.
Yeah, I remember. He was in a gray color coat with some headphones on. This
I
will
can put
prove.
on that fit.
This is how old he really is. He had a gray color coat, gray headphones. All right, and we was in forest. And he would do something that would get me. He always try to get me to preach. He'd be like, how did the Lord bless you today? And I'll just get going. And one thing you didn't know is once I fit the one time where I disappeared for like 5 seconds that day, my headset broke.
Oh,
But I
oh,
was
that
giving God
sucks.
glory because I kept leaning my head back and forth, and then it just broke. I said, oopsie. But we managed to fix it with some nail glue. How strong them nail glues is. Can't pull it off.
Cool.
Um, this is the last question. If I just don't give you a bonus question. This last question is what are some changes you would want to see on my channel?
Changes. Ooh, this would be interesting. I know that whenever Golden Cobra has his not live streams, whenever he has his Bible studies, I've seen you put that live onto your channel. But what I think some of the viewers might be interested in, what I'd be interested in, is, you are spreading motivation, you are spreading inspiration, but what would it be like to have a Joyful Journey Bible study? I don't know about you guys. I think that'd be pretty tough, right? Where, um, you could post a code in the Discord, and then get your notes, pull out some scripture, you know, begin with prayer, end with prayer, and go through different passages and so on and so forth. And I'm interested, what does the Pastor Simmons have to preach about the word? I'd be interested in seeing that. Whether it's posted on the channel or not, like I'd really love to see that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I got men's Bible study for, That's something that I host specifically.
Oh, I thought Jaxie hosted that. My bad.
Everybody thought Jaxie hosted that because he was the first person that I wanted to give a word, He was because I seen him as the outstanding man. Like, you might be the next one. Who knows?
What? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but bonus question. I actually got a bonus question for you, right? There were like throughout the certain things that I've been through, with this code, throughout my angers and all that things. And when it comes to religion and motivation, what is a thing that you would tell the people, or what is something that you would tell people that don't know about me? What is something you would tell them about me? So I think that's good. Who is this?
Okay.
But yeah.
Could you ask the question again? Sorry.
Throughout all the bad things that I have been through, throughout all my my mood swings and things like that, and how religious I am and motivational I am, what is something, or what is some information about me that you would give to other people?
I would give to other people. What I would say is what I respect a lot about Kamarian is he doesn't give up, right? And don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. But like seriously, like first of all, it's normal to feel anger and to feel sad, right? Like you don't have to, because a lot of people might think, oh, I have to push these emotions away, right? These are sinful emotions. Anger and sadness are only sinful if you do sinful things with those emotions, right? Like if you're angry, it's okay to feel angry, right? Jesus was angry. But if you desert God and begin to live a life of sin in your anger, then that'd be wrong. Or sadness, right? If you like, I don't know, deny everything that Jesus did in your life, right? Say, oh, well, everything's going so bad, right? Jesus couldn't have helped me here, there, right? Like, that would be wrong. But feeling emotions is normal. I want to stress that. And Kamarian, just like all of us, right? We go through tough times, right? Like, Christ himself says that, he doesn't say, just believe in me, right? He says, pick up your cross daily and follow me, right? The Christian life, it's not easy,
Right.
And as, I think Kamarian or what's his name, Bible guy, Bible Man VR,
Bible man.
he also said that, yeah, like sometimes Christian life, if you become a Christian, your life might get harder, right? But all that aside, like all of us, go through tough things. But Marion, right, like he'll go through these tough things, right, like any of us. But he will always get back up, right? There's no point where, oh my goodness, there's no point where Kamarion just like stops and, I don't know, like robs a bank or anything, right? Or at least I hope not. Right, I hope
Would
not.
never.
Okay, can you say for the record that you haven't robbed a bank?
I haven't robbed a bank. I would never rob a bank.
Okay, that's... yeah. But yeah, like Kamarian's always gone back up, and regardless of what he's going through personally, he will still try and motivate others, regardless of what he is going through, right? And I think that's something that, to the viewers, right? That's something that we can all strive to do, right? Like regardless of what we're going through, we should strive to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, from the command of Jesus. So yeah, that's one thing that Kamarian does that's just awesome, really.
Wow. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This was Unk Techie X. You know, he has, I think, 2 point something K subscribers on YouTube. You guys should go check him out. You know, really love his content. You know, he does a lot of skits. I was in a couple of skits. So amazing. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. It is reporter Joyful Journey VR here, and we're back with another one. Guys, we're back. And this time I brought one of the realest unks in the room. The realest.
You know it! You know it, sonny boy!
The realest unks in the room. We got Mr. Techie X. Oh. So, Mr. Techie X, I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and 3 questions only. That's how quick this is going to go. And you're going to give the strongest answers that you got. Are you ready?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, go for it.
Number 1. What do you like about Joyful Journey VR?
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
See. Man, I can't think of anything. I'm just kidding. What do I like about Joyful Journey VR? I mean, what I do like about him is that he actually shows compassion and empathy for the others who struggle with a variety of problems. That was probably something I would say.
Okay, question number 2. Before I started my YouTube channel and after I started my YouTube channel, what are some differences that you noticed?
Definitely a change in character. When before you started your channel, it seemed like you were less talkative to people, from what I remember at the start of the code. When
I don't have it anymore.
After you started it, you learned how to become more social towards others, and
I never renewed it.
so on. Kindness developed, etc.
Right. Get. Last question. What changes would you want to see on my channel? Move out the way, you purple idiot.
Changes, I mean,
We're banning you.
That's a hard one. I don't even really know, honestly. Because as I said, honestly, the channel looks fun to me. But if I had to pick something like changing, maybe more like public codes. You going into more public codes, doing what you do.
I bet. And remember, you gotta be strong and courageous. Ooh.